Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Season 10, Round 10 at the Red Bull Ring, Spielberg, Austria. Today we'll have a pretty long race, and sadly we are not joined by Mitch today, so it's just going to be me. So you have to live through with that. Austria is a very demanding circuit in the sense that you have to be very consistent around here. You cannot afford any mess ups. It's 10 races into the season. We have 12 to go, so we're almost halfway through the season. Next Friday at Britain will be our halfway point of the season. So guys want to perform here. You gotta perform here, go into the season, the mid-season point kinda in a good position, and you'll probably come out at a good position at the end. Chris won his race yesterday at France, and that serves as a huge confidence boost now for the rest of the season, whereas some other drivers have pulled out, like Mr. Steve. What can I say? Him and Gingerbush, typical. They chat so much, but they could never back it up, and it finally got to them. As for Mikey, what a hero. I mean, never chats bad about me, always performs, which makes him different to all the other guys. He does always perform in qualifying, not the race. This track can bring out some great races, but also some very boring ones. The DRS train can definitely slow down a few races. A good chance we could be using the intermediate and full wet tire tonight. Definitely a track in which rain is possible. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, it's a track where if you get the lap correct, you could be down as low as a 1:02. If you get it wrong, though, you're going to be pushed back quite a bit into the midfield. We have a few new guys joining us today. I'm just going to highlight them now. So we have, if I scroll down quickly, we have L. Davis, and his teammate's name isn't showing up. 2 seconds. L. Davis and J. Bradfield, and Ethan, and there was one more, the McLaren, Captain Junk. We're just gonna call him Junk. So, I mean, Steven, you can say you perform, but your results say otherwise, and you said you've been rear-ended 7 times. Now you know how I felt. I guess you can say you didn't quit as quickly as me, so you can hold that as a trophy over me. But we're getting underway now. Yeah, definitely. You're going to lose out massively if you're not in that DRS train. So I'm going to presume most drivers will go for the soft tire today, because you gotta keep track position in that train. The mediums, they're a good tire, very good race tire, but if you're not in that DRS train, those guys are gonna be pulling out 5-something tenths on you a lap alone on that. Now, dirty air can play a factor here. Penalties will go pretty highly around here, definitely. We must remember, he told me to be nice about it, but it is Tyne's 1 season anniversary with us today. I think we all know what happened at Turn 1 Austria this time last season. It was a bit of a mess, I'm sure. Steven will enlighten us on that in the chat. So, qualifying. Gonna be very demanding for some drivers. Some drivers will find it pretty easily, and it is gonna be a dry qualifying session. We will get all our stuff up. So, expecting a lot of soft tires here today. Thank you, Ethan. It will be a dry session. So no rain. Fully pedal to the metal. And yeah, we're going to see some drivers get out on track. Jensen, of course, being the first. As, oh my god, my game sounds very loud in my ears. To everyone watching, please do like and subscribe. It does go a long way and it is greatly appreciated. But here we go. Jensen out on a flying lap. Jensen had some scarily quick pace yesterday and was quite unlucky not to take the race victory. A penalty slowing him down in his chase to get Chris, and once you get a penalty it never works out in your favour. Stephen gives us an early prediction of Jensen to win. Well, that is going to be an interesting one. From what I've heard on the time trial, Brock seems to be one of the favourites for today, along with Chris and Jensen, but I think Brock apparently has a good time on time trial. Make sure when you're coming into the pits also you stay within that white line on the right hand side, or else you will receive a penalty after the race. But here we go for the quick lap with Jensen. Turn 1, very hard to see, the sun glaring in your eyes. Make sure you do not invalidate the lap on exit. Flick on the DRS at the earliest possible point. This straight, you want to get as much straight line speed and take as much curb on the left hand side to open up the apex. Jensen selecting second gear at the apex and up to third on entry, or exit I mean. Davis getting out the way, and we'll see now that Jensen coming into sector 2. This is probably the best sector on the track for a feeling. Get over to the right, hook it to the left, and then foot down as early as possible. Let the downforce do the talking for you. A good middle sector for Jensen, a 44.0. As we come into the final 2 corners, very easy to invalidate around here. Jensen taking maybe a softer line so he does not do so, and up to the line. He has invalidated. No, he goes pole with a 102.9. That's a bit odd. I mean, the timings seem to be a little bit delayed, and I have a feeling because PlayStation servers are acting up, we could have a bit of a mess of a race today. Lewis goes P4. So Zero on an alternate account today goes P3, and Brock straight in with a 102.7. These are some nuts lap times here. Just pause to get that off the bottom of the screen. So as we can see, a lot of drivers selecting the soft tire. Boastman going P7 on the medium at 107.4. I feel like he may just be using that for some practice. Yeah, I'd agree, Stephen. Brock definitely looking in pole position for the championship. So is there any drivers currently on a fast lap? We'll ride on board with Matoman. Jump on him in the middle sector. Definitely a weird track in regards to pad versus wheel. I think there's some certain aspects of the track definitely favor the wheel. Certain aspects of the track definitely favor the pad. Wait, here comes Matoman, his teammate obviously in the chat tonight instead of racing, because he is words we cannot say on stream. But P6 for Matoman on the medium, that's a great starting point for him. I mean, if you jump him onto the soft, he'll definitely be up there. So anyone else on a flyer? Davis is invalidated, J Entex is also invalidated, Tyne has invalidated, and so has Captain Junk. Chris is back out on a lap, so is Jensen, so is Zero. So Jensen trying to go for a pole position here, and a good result for him would be very much needed if he is to challenge Brock. He needs to beat Brock pretty much at every race now if he wants to challenge for the championship. It's a big gap. Definitely. He is what we call Mr. Saturday in here, and definitely one of the quicker drivers over our 1 lap pace. But Matoman, he definitely has the pace. It's just some lackluster decisions can cause him to lose out. Jensen has invalidated his lap. Zero just grabbing a little bit of slipstream there. Gonna help him a little bit into sector 1. He is up by half a tenth, and that could be down to Jensen's little bit of slipstream. We never know. But a good turn 2, and now he's going to make his way down to turn 3. Obviously where Hamilton hit the Red Bull of Albon earlier this season in real life. Oh, excuse me. Zero looking very planted around here, which is the Red Bull home race of the season. He's now up by a tenth and a half, which this is looking good by Zero. He can definitely go for pole position if he hooks up the rest of this lap. 6th gear down to 5th here, down to 4th actually, and straight on the power. And this is going to be a very good lap for Zero. And it's just not pole position. He's off by about a tenth of a second. Jensen going to go for another lap around here. When you put in the minimum amount of fuel around here, you still have enough fuel for 2 laps, so that is going to be crucial for some guys to invalidate their lap. Chris into the pits as Jensen and Tyne are currently on 2 fast laps. Tyne not on a so Jensen looking very good at the moment. Not looking super quick, but looking very smooth. Obviously, the guys will be wanting to impress today, just as always. Using a lot of carb is Jensen. I mean, that's going to be good now, but maybe in the race, that could definitely hurt his tires. Oh, and that's a bit of a slide, and Jensen's entered the pits there. He's not abided by the pit lane rule. It is... I mean... I'm not one to snitch, but Jensen could be getting a penalty for that. I mean, he saved himself about a minute of track time there. Not massive, but not too small. Boastman into his flyer lap on the soft tires. Boastman looked pretty quick in the opening stint last night, but didn't come to fruition last night for him. Hopefully he can perform a bit better here and grab a podium, maybe even more. But to the line, this is looking like a good lap for Boastman at 103.1, puts him just behind Jensen, Tyne, and just ahead of Chris. I didn't even see Pedro. I was wondering where he was, but there he is, P8, he's so high up. I mean, that's why I couldn't find him, because he was so high up compared to normal, beating the likes of Mikey and Mato, man. This is crazy. Oh my god. So, Pelly out on the mediums. You really want to be looking for a 103 on the mediums if you want to start on them, but if not, you're in a bad position. So Jensen about back out on an out lap. Postman on an in lap will ride on board with Chris. He has a 103.2 at the moment. Can he improve that? And if he can, what can he improve to? So Chris, about just under half a tenth up in the first sector. Into sector 2 now. Looks like a very decent exit off turn 2, which is going to definitely allow him to get a good run into turn 3. Turn 3, a very tricky corner. I mean, it's one that kind of catches you a bit off. It's off camber a bit, and it can play some tricks on the eyes. But looking very good here for Chris. He's about a tenth down. Maybe he has some time in this third sector. As the broadcast cam gives us a bit of an awkward camera angle. Chris to the line. He does improve by 0.2 and it's a 102.9, beating Jensen. But Jensen is slightly up on his time. Not massively, but slightly up. Jensen's sector 2 not giving me anything but a purple sector, so don't know what time he's currently going for, but he is gonna have a competitive lap time. You can always be assured of that. And I think Jensen may be a bit decent here. He seems very off. So, Zero currently coming through the final corners. And it's going to be pole position for Zero. I mean, a 1.5 tenth improvement is good enough to put him on pole position. Brock has not improved on his lap since the first round of stops, I believe. Let me check. Yes, Brock did not improve on his first lap. So, two Alfa Romeos coming out now. Jensen a bit decent, I have a feeling he is. Tyne is currently P4. Looking up on his time. Sixth gear into the final corner. He sent it into the final corner, and this is looking like a good lap for Tyne. And now Tyne takes pole position with a 102.6. So Boastman a tenth up also. It's getting very feisty up here at the top. I feel like whoever gets the final lap in is going to be the one on pole position. So Boastman into sector 2. He's 2 tenths up, and that is going to be a good lap time for Boastman if he can continue this out. The final 2 corners are going to be crucial to see what he can do. Looks a lot smoother than last time. Not as quick as Tyne through the final corner, but it's a 102.8, which puts him P5. Mikey, we must comment on his lap, a 103.4, looking very good in P7. Chris P6 coming out for his final lap. Brock is up by half tenth. A lot of minor improvements here today. Not really seeing much. Brock looking very slidey coming out of that corner. His teammate pulls off to the left hand side. Brock is currently up on his time by a tenth and a half. And he's invalidated there. That is not good for Brock. It would have not spin pole, but unlucky for him. Let's see who else is on the lap. Pedro, we don't want to watch him. Mataman. So Mataman, a driver with a rake of ability, sometimes does not come big for him though. You can see he did do an originally good lap on the medium tires. There we go, a 104.4, but now out on the softs. So with 2 minutes left to go in the session, you kind of want to be out on track now just to make sure if you invalidate, you can continue. As the two McLarens cross the line, Mataman will put in a 103.6 and that will put him P8. So Jensen out on a flying lap and he's backed out of that. Brock in the pits. Chris currently on a fast lap, 2 tenths up, and he's invalidated and he's gonna have to go round, and I think that may be his qualifying over. So Mikey currently setting a purple sector 1, so that's a good first sector for Mikey. The broadcast cam's looking very good at this circuit. Mikey into the sector 2 split. He's currently down on his time, so cannot do as well as he did in sector 1 and sector 2, but sector 3 is where it all counts. This is where you hook up your lap. And Mikey to the line. It is going to be a 103.4 and he's not improved on his lap. So you jump on board with Jensen on a flyer, Vapor also on a flyer, Chris coming into the pits, Mataman up by a whole tenth in the first sector. So Mataman looking to improve here, and this could be a big improvement if he does so. Mataman uses automatic gears, which is an interesting one. For a guy of his pace, you maybe would have expected some automatic gears not to be on. But Tyne is done this qualifying, so is Brock, and so is Chris. So they will not improve. Mataman cannot improve either. We'll jump on board with Jensen to the line. We won't know until a minute if he's done. 0 P2. Jensen has improved to go P2, and I definitely think he's decent now. Postman is P5. He is gonna stay P5. Pelly goes P9. Mikey into the pits. J Entex. Everyone else is down on their lap. So Tyne takes pole position and capitalizes on Brock's misfortune. So a reminder to anyone watching the race that is doing the race, we do have a 5-minute break now, so do not ready up on the grid. Mataman has left the session, and that is awkward for him. That is Tyne's first pole position in H.O.R. I've just seen in the chat. So, your qualifying results are Tyne pole position from Jensen, Zero, Brock, Postman, Chris, Mikey, Mataman, Pelly, and Jay and Tex. The guys on fresh tires will be Bradford, Lewis, Pedro, Davis, Captain Junk, and Ethan. Yeah, Pelly has been struggling quite a lot on this game. Definitely seems to have lost a few tenths in his pace. He used to be up there kind of with me, in between where Mikey and Chris would be here, but he's definitely lost a few tenths. Another man that usually struggles in qualifying is his teammate Boastman, but he seems to pick and choose when he wants to do qualifying. I think it's a hobby for Boastman. It is very, very dark. I'm just gonna go out of my way and invite Matoman just to make sure he has an invite ready. There we go. So we'll jump over to the race director. Currently everyone on the soft tire. I mean, that's one way to make it easy for me. Everyone being on the soft could be very easy. But I will be back in 2 seconds, guys. And I think we will be having a session. So just making sure the stream is working. I think we're having a lot of PlayStation Network issues right now. Yeah, lost connection to PlayStation Network. I've left voice chat as well, so I'm kinda confused on what's happening, guys, here. I think PlayStation Network's having issues. If the stream ends suddenly, guys, it's because I cannot connect. Good evening, Mr. Esports in the chat. So, just waiting on the new invite. Let me know, guys. So, hopefully you guys can still hear me. And yeah, things aren't going great for me here. Still waiting on the new invite. There we go. So we will get back underway shortly now, guys. Just bear with us. It's taking a while to join. There we go. I do have everyone's names. I wonder if it's an internet problem for me rather than PlayStation, because it's taking a while for connections here. Yeah, I'm having a lot of issues and I've been kicked from the session. So this is not going great. And bear with, guys, I've really no control under what's happening. My internet is running fine, so I don't know what's going on. Right, we are back in business. It's not letting me press spectate. This is going great. There we go. Right, I'm back in business, ready to do my job. So, again, apologies for the delay. We are back in business now, and we're just waiting for 2 drivers. It's going to be... Who are we missing? Matoman and Postman. I will get them invites. So I've sent the 2 spare invites to the guys, and hopefully that works. But yeah, we're just gonna hopefully get underway now shortly. The custom grid is gonna be put in place now, and then we will be back underway. So there's Mataman. So just waiting on Postman now. Should be pretty simple to get the lobby restarted, as it was a dry session. So I think Postman is having issues. So we're still kind of waiting to get underway here. Qualifying was interesting. I think we noticed that the PlayStation wasn't really working once Jensen's lap didn't get registered at the start. Hopefully during the race we don't have much issues. That could be quite a big issue at that. There's CPT O'Reilly in, so we're just waiting on Postman now, and then we can get underway. He is having issues getting into the lobby. I saw on Discord. I mean, Steven, I don't think you're one to make fun of connections, bro. You had a big issue yesterday, didn't you? And we've just lost a driver. That'll be Matoman. We are having many issues tonight. So 15 drivers currently, and the session no longer exists. Great. So trying to get back in again. And session no longer exists. So whatever is happening in the world of PlayStation today, it is not going H.O.R's way, that is for sure. I guess I can jump over to the esports section and we can pretend that it is working. So still waiting on a new invite to the new lobby, but hopefully stuff starts working out here. Stephen, funny how the day you leave, everything turns to upside down. So, guess Stephen is the missing piece. Still waiting on an invite. Check now. Still no invite. I don't really have much to talk about, guys, at the moment. I will get back to you soon. There we go. We got the invite. Hopefully this one works. No, session no longer exists. I think we are in some deep issues. So I wonder what will happen. I mean, there's not really much we can do here. We can look at the cars, I guess. Got another invite. We'll try this one. No, session no longer exists. I feel like if I close the app it could work, but at the moment don't think I can because of the stream. It will close it. Thank you, Brock. Yes, we're in. We've made it. Someone get this underway, please, before anything crashes. We are back. At least get some racing underway and we can... I don't think this is gonna work. Everyone's on a red bar for me. I don't. My internet's fine. I think. I will check. Yep, internet is fine. But things are not working out the way they should. 14 drivers at the moment. I think some guys are missing out. I.e. who is missing? One guy? Two guys? I don't really know. I think our pole sitter is missing, isn't he? Yes, Tyne is missing. I am not going to be sending anyone invites though, because I don't want to crash. I'm going to keep my controller down until we get moving, because yeah, life is not working for Mr. PlayStation. But hopefully we'll be underway now. 16 drivers now. That is a good sign. I think we should have 17 because we had 16. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Quick. Yes, Stephen, I totally agree. There is no point racing without you, because you provide so much entertainment when you crash. It's a simple fact of life. Stephen's not here, no entertainment, because he doesn't crash or get disqualified by the AI. So hopefully we can get underway quickly, because this is taking the mick. I'm angry. I'm very angry. You're welcome, Stephen. I mean, it's the hard-hitting home truth that just has to be given to you. So good luck to all the drivers. It looks like we're getting underway now. So good luck. Hopefully no one crashes. Hopefully we can get underway well and clean. But 17 guys here, plus me, which is 18. Again, to anyone watching, please do subscribe. We're up to 111 subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing. It means a lot to us. So 15 seconds, come on. Let's go. I've never been so happy to get into the actual lobby. It's been a long time coming. We've been 10 minutes overdue this moment right here. But we are in. We have liftoff. My world. Let's go. So a reminder to everyone, there is probably no 5-minute break here. This will be about a 2-minute break at max, I'd say. 14 guys watching, wow. That's a lot of people. So just waiting on JNTEX to pick his setup, and we are back on the way. Oh, back to 11. 3 people didn't like my voice. That's quite obvious to see there. Hopefully the stream will do quite well on views, because we've had so many restarts. So if you're in the chat right now, please do give me a prediction on where you think we will finish. Where do you think we will end up? Who will win? Who will lose? Who will get a podium? Who will be the surprise person of the race? I mean, hopefully everything works out okay. Jensen was a bit desynced in the first lobby. Hopefully he's okay in this one, seeing as he's the lobby host. That could be a big issue if he's not there. My headset is very uncomfortable right now. So we should be getting underway any minute now. I'm scared to touch my controller until we get underway, just to make sure we don't leave. I hope I'm not in game chat, by the way. I hope I'm still in the party. Because I could be very annoying if I'm talking over someone's race. But with a few seconds to go. Again, good luck to everyone, and please be safe at turn 1, turn 2. It can be quite a kerfuffle. And we're up to 15 watching. Wow. Hi everyone. Steven, I hope it's working. I mean, I'm still waiting on guys to ready up. It's been a long break, and usually we don't have this long of a break on a restart. But hopefully everyone remembers two things: their setups and their strategy and their tires. Obviously you want to start on soft if you were in the top 10. Don't think anyone in the top 10 was on the medium. I could be wrong. And then anyone outside the top 10, you get your free tire choice. Yeah, I mean, Chris probably has a semi right now because the lobby's actually working. We aren't starting because Chris could be doing all sorts of things. Relief. So to anyone watching, please do remember to like and subscribe. That will make sure the lobby doesn't go down. If you don't like and subscribe, we are in the mud. But Chris has readied up, so we have 20 seconds till the moment of truth. Will anyone be desynced? Will anyone crash? Hopefully not. But with 10 seconds to go, it looks like everything's working. I cannot promise it will. But I will pick up my controller again, and hopefully this doesn't crash anything. We are back underway for the formation lap. Here we go. Nice. Okay. Whew. Tires enabled, and full track. So a lot of guys opting for the soft outside the top 10. There's a big crash down here. What's going on there? Remember guys, not to have a huge gap. So Tyne leads his first ever formation lap in H.O.R. A big pressure on him with Jensen right behind, from Zero, from Brock, from Boastman, from Chris. This is going to be an interesting race. We do hope you stick around and enjoy. Remember, to any drivers listening, make sure you cross the white line once and once only, and also you have to be showing intent to go into the pit lane. You cannot do it on the racing line. But kind of looking very quick in this formation lap. I mean, a lot of the guys are staying backwards. You have to catch up on your formation lap or you're going to get a penalty. That is a rule, and that will happen. Who is this Red Bull gone absolutely mayhem? It's Zero throwing his car around the place on the formation lap. But Jay Bradfield has been disqualified, so is F. Lewis, so I wonder what's happened there. Pedro is on the hard compound and the only driver to do so. He's going to be very slow off the start. He is a slow driver already, but on the hard tires he's going to be especially slow. He's starting pretty high up for normal. P13 for Pedro, that is quite high up, but we will jump. Who will have a Valtteri Bottas type start and get this start perfectly? So we are going to get underway. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and away we go. Looks like a good start for Tyne and Pedro. I don't have much noise. Oh, and there's a bit of a touch between Jensen and Zero there. And a lot of squabbling in the mid-pack. Chris has had an absolutely shocking start as we head into turn 2. A McLaren, Ferrari and Red Bull going side by side. And I think we've had a bit of an incident there between Pelly and Boastman, almost crashing into each other. Zero up to P2. So JNTEX already picking up a 3-second time penalty. That's going to be crucial to his race. He needs to not pick up any more of them. And we have, wow, we have laggy symbols all over every single driver. That is interesting to say the least. So Tyne pulling away from Zero. Crucial he keeps this 1 second gap. That's going to be crucial to his race. He has already about 20% more ERS than Gen, the guy behind. That's a good one. So Tyne leads us on to lap 2. Don't get confused by the top left. It is lap 2, not lap 3. Zero will be P2, Jensen P3, Brock P4, Boastman P5, Matoman P6. So a great start for Matoman, and he is shown on a number of occasions he can stick up with these top guys if he gets the right momentum. Chris has had an absolutely woeful start. Does he have wing damage? His right front end plate seems to be all there. What about his left? Left does too, but Chris is absolutely in the mud. Yes, Tyne is trying quite hard to break the DRS. Not using too much ERS though, that is crucial. He is pushing quite a lot, but he's broke the DRS on this lap, and he has quite a considerable amount extra of ERS, and that's a good thing to see if you're a Tyne supporter. Jensen looking to make a move on Zero, just a bit far back. Brock is in a bad position now in the sense he does not really have a chance of getting past Jensen because Zero's there and they have DRS on each other. Boastman, Matoman and Mikey. Mikey gonna keep in the DRS here of Matoman, and he could be in a good position. Chris has fallen back even more, but he is gonna look to go down the inside of F. Lewis, and down the inside he does go. A very good move. Lewis looking to get back at him, but Chris holds off. Good stuff there by the two drivers. JNTEX now the next guy. He has DRS on Pelly. Pelly chilling in the middle of the track. But Tyne leading the way by a good 1.4 seconds on this lap. Setting consistent fast laps, though Brock does break that. And that is an interesting point. Brock is 2/10 closer to Jensen than he was this time last lap. And Pedro picks up a 3-second time penalty. So near the back we're seeing a lot of penalties back there. Jensen, ooh, almost, he does tap Zero there. And that's going to allow Brock a bit closer to them. This is troubling territory if you're Brock, I mean not Brock, but Jensen and Zero fan. And Mikey gets Matoman, so Matoman must have made a mistake on that lap, and Mikey has got passed up to P6. So Mikey doing a great job, best of the rest currently. And F. Lewis picks up a 3-second time penalty. Pedro is second last. So Tyne currently holding his gap. Pedro has entered the pit lane, and that's going to be his race over. Jensen looking to size up Zero, and Brock looking to do the same to Jensen. Brock's doing considerably well here, seeing that he is the third car in this train, and usually it's quite hard to get a move done. We have a yellow flag at sector 2. That is going to be L. Davis, and he's pulled off to the side here. He's going to let CPT O'Reilly through. Brock is pushing really hard here to get Jensen. I think he feels Jensen may be holding him up. But these four guys very close between Jensen. Oh, and there's Davis off track again. He's back on now though, so no safety car. But Jensen really needs to get a move on here if he wants to defend from Brock. And we have another yellow flag. Davis is off again. So Brock gonna take an early break and then go and try and get on the throttle a bit earlier to try and seize an opportunity on Jensen. Doesn't happen of yet. So Zero is currently out of ERS and Jensen needs to use this now. Come on, he's out of ERS. You can attack on this track. It's definitely an overtaking circuit as we see Chris try go around the outside. Giantex has a bit of a lockup, but then I think lets Chris back through. It's a good sportsmanship by them too. Jensen definitely needs to get this move done now. Because Brock is looking very threatening behind him and Zero has a bit of a moment there and that's going to invite Jensen this lap. You can see Zero's red light at the back of his car flashing, which means he's out of ERS. Jensen will get the move done this lap. He pulls to the left hand side, surprisingly enough. Brock is also going to get Zero this lap. Inside line, a bit harder to get the traction down, but he does get the move done. We will look behind and see if Boastman can get on the back of this Red Bull. No, not possible right now. But Brock now has an easy line of attack on Jensen. Can Jensen catch these guy in front, aka Tyne? Does Matoman have slight wing damage? I wonder. He's really fallen off on the past few laps. He looked quite punchy at the start. Zero is definitely struggling. I think he's using a lot of ERS to try and keep these guys that were behind. And he looks to be understeering all over the place. Oh, and Matoman is into the wall, entering the pit lane. I think Matoman has crashed. That is unlucky. Boastman trying to get past Zero, which he does so. And that rhymed. Yet again, another reason for why I should become a rapper. But Jensen has tucked that gap down to Tyne. It's come down a little bit this lap. Tyne though doing much better on ERS management. Yeah, I mean McLaren P15 and P12 without you, Stephen. Wow. You really were the light to the end of the tunnel. But Tyne extending the gap in the middle sector as of now. But Brock looking to gain on Jensen. I think he just doesn't have enough on him right now, but maybe later on in the stint. We are on lap 10. Oh, and Zero rammed into the wall there on traction, and he has lost his front right end plate, and Boastman picks up a time penalty. Tyne may be looking to use a bit more ERS. Is there anyone going to pit soon? I don't know. These soft runners, maybe try stretch it till lap 12, lap 15. Maybe try take the mediums 20 laps and get them to the end. Boastman looking very punchy at the moment. Trying to get all up on Brock. But nothing happening yet. Tyne is now just 1 second out of the front. He's lost about 8 tenths to Jensen. So Jensen looking very, very quick right now. Can Tyne use a bit more ERS and avoid Jensen? That is the question. The gap is 1 second currently. Jensen using all his ERS. Zero is into the pits. So Tyne is avoided to give Jensen DRS on this lap. Jensen looking very quick at the moment. You can see his red light is flashing, which means he is under 10% errors. Can Brock use that as an opportunity to go attack him? I know, no dive bombs yet. But Chris looking to get on the back of Pelly this lap. That could be a potential dive bomb opportunity. Jay Bradfield looking to get on the back of F. Lewis. The medium tires should start coming into effect now. Excuse me, very tired today. So, Jay Bradfield on his H.O.R. debut looking to get a move done. Looks like his medium tires are definitely looking a lot better than these soft tires at the moment. Jensen could be under threat here from Brock. The gap has shrunk to about 5/10. Just under 5/10 at the moment. Jensen still struggling with ERS compared to the guys in front. Chris is now behind Pelly. Will jump on Jay Bradfield. Is he going to send it? He sends it. Down the inside. A bit of contact made, but it's all okay. Just like Mr. Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. And Jay Bradfield gets up the inside. Lewis takes the outside. And that is Hamilton Albon-esque. But Jay Bradfield does a bit more of contact. They're side by side. Oh, so close. They're still going. And F. Lewis holds on to the position. Some brilliant racing there. Some absolutely superb racing. So Chris gonna have a look. We have our first soft runner of J Entex into the pits. Chris looking to get past Pelly here. He doesn't send it. Zero on another set of soft tires has set the fastest lap. Ooh, a bit of a weird twitch there by Chris. Jensen has now pulled into Tyne's DRS. Chris gets to move on Pelly, J Entex and not J Entex. Lewis and Jay Bradfield still currently fighting. Jay Bradfield not finding a way through thus far. None of the top guys going to pit. Does the pit window open this lap? It does. Medium, medium, and medium. Remember, the guys are on fresh, soft tires now. They're not on qualifying tires. Must say, Mikey is doing a great job. But look, Chris is already caught up to him. So Chris's race isn't over yet. I mean, P5 is the best he can look at for now, but see Chris send it down the inside of Mikey. I think Mikey was aware of that, and he's going to go for a bit of a switchback. Doesn't get it done. Here comes Jay Bradfield for the third time. Pulls to the left hand side. Looks to send it around the outside this time. A bit off track, and that's going to allow Lewis to just pull away. For some reason, Jay Bradfield did not get DRS. That's a bit odd. But Jensen is into the pits. Brock continues, and Boastman also into the pits. So Tyne and Brock maybe just going for an extra lap or two. What tires do these guys put on? Mediums for Boastman and hards for Jensen. So if Chris maybe goes for the mediums here, he could get Jensen maybe. I don't know. Brock gonna use as much overtake button as he can this lap to try and overtake Jensen on the overcut. But look at this scrap we're getting behind F. Lewis now. We have 4 cars, one of which is Zero, who qualified P3, is now P11 due to some wing damage. Jay Bradfield gonna look to send it into turn 3, and Boastman has gotten past Jensen. We'll jump on board with the top guys quickly. Tyne is in the pits, so is Brock. Chris is also gonna send it into the pits. Mikey is gonna continue. Pelly is gonna continue. Where will Boastman come? I expect Boastman to jump Brock and Tyne, but I don't know about anyone else. Boastman's pit window has opened again for soft tires, so I wonder what's happening there. So Boastman P1, Jensen P2, Tyne P3, Brock P4, and Brock's lost 1 whole second there in the pit lane. And that's gonna be big. That means Brock needs to get back into DRS. Jensen could be in a good position here on the hard tire. Chris has also gone on the hard tire. I don't really think that was the right move. Brock struggling here. He needs to push to get in that DRS. Tyne has now got it. You need to use 2/10 worth of overtake to try and push in. Jay Bradfield just trying to catch up to F. Lewis now. So Jensen picks up another time penalty, and that is, well, his first of this race, but he's not usually one for penalties, Jensen. So Tyne looking to get past Jensen here. Jensen not looking particularly quick on this lap, and you can see Tyne has baited Jensen out there. Jensen's used up his overtake, and into turn 3 I expect to see Tyne make the move. DRS activated, and he's not going to go for it this lap, so a bit of an interesting one for Tyne there. And you can see Chris is losing, what, about 5/10 a lap to the guys in front, and here comes Pelly back at him. So Boastman has somehow snaked his way up to P1. I mean, fair play to him. He's done really well to do so. So Steven says it should be an easy one stop on the mediums. So Jensen using again all his overtake here. Now I wonder if Tyne gets a better exit than he did last lap. Will he go for it? Much better exit, but no. Okay. I kind of wonder what Tyne's doing here. I mean, yes, Boastman has a time penalty. Yes, Jensen has a time penalty, but you're allowing Brock onto the back of you. You're allowing, I guess you're just baiting Jensen into using all his tire. Chris has been overtaken by Pelly, so you can see just how much the medium tire is being an advantage to those on it. This lap I would expect Tyne to go for it. Jump onto the broadcast cam. Good evening, ball boy. How are you? So Brock is now going to go for a move on Tyne, and this is what's cost Tyne. He's sitting around for a lap or two longer than he would have wanted, and Jensen's boxed in Brock there. That's very smart by Jensen, and Tyne's pushed Brock onto the dirty stuff, and very good job by Tyne. And I think Tyne now will go and try and get a move on Jensen. He sends it down the inside. Jensen has to leave a little bit of space, but nothing working out yet. Chris has gotten back past Pelly. Boastman has picked up another time penalty, and that is him all out of the running. He just needs to push now. But Brock needs to keep his head here. Oh, the medium tires looking very wavy there on the two cars, but I expect Tyne to go for the move this lap. You can see just how quickly Brock is gaining. He's going to pull to the inside of turn 1. maybe just put pressure on Tyne to make a move. Here goes Tyne to the outside of Jensen. We're going to watch this on board with Brock. You can see Jensen going deep into the corner. Brock going for a bit of a alternate line, get a bit more slipstream, but I think Tyne will have this move done. Jensen goes to the inside. Jensen's really fighting this very hard, but it is done now. And I can tell you now that Brock will most definitely get the move done on Jensen and not mess around here. So Brock has wasted up all his hours trying to fight Jensen, and Jensen's wasted up all his hours trying to fight Tyne. So I wonder how this will play out. Brock not using any on this lap. I think Jensen's just going to use all his ERS to stay with Tyne, and that's just going to prolong the fight with Brock, I think. If Postman had just not gotten a penalty, he would have been pretty much home dry. Forgot Jensen had a penalty. That's going to be an interesting one to watch. But Brock is going to look at Jensen this lap. Maybe, we don't know yet. What is happening in the midfield? Pelly's still sticking with Chris. Lewis is currently P10, 0 P11, Jay Bradfield P12. So Jay Bradfield, despite starting on the mediums, has opted for the hard tires. Pedro P13 on 14 lap old mediums, so good job by Pedro to take those tires that long. Obviously these guys on the mediums up front are going to have to take theirs a bit longer than Pedro. Here goes Brock on Jensen. Is he going to try and make the move here? You can see Brock's trying to force this move in unorthodox places to try catch Jensen. Jensen is just by the skin of his teeth inside the DRS of Tyne. A good bit of turn one action there, and Brock should really conserve his ERS, but he's going to send it down the inside. Good long braking distance there for Jensen, and he hits the back of Tyne, and that's gonna actually help him out because he's actually just broke later than Brock there, and he's kind of put Tyne's momentum off a little bit. Pelly's still not looking to get a move past Chris. So Mikey just chilling in P7. A great job by Mikey. I mean, I don't know where he started. We'll check. Actually, I'll jump on board with Brock. Still. Oh, and Brock picks up a 3-second time penalty. And now it's all to play for with Jensen and Brock. Tyne looking still the clean one for the race win because of no penalties. Seems to be having a lot of snaps in turn 1, does Tyne. But Brock looking oh so close to overtaking Jensen, but just not there yet. The gaps in the midfield seem to be very big. I wonder what happened. Definitely like it's 4, 8, 2, 4, 6, 7, 4. And then you have kind of closer gaps up here. between Pelly and Chris, Brock, Jensen, time, and then Postman currently out in P1 with 6 seconds worth of time penalties. Now if time picks up 1, that could be interesting. I mean, at the moment, Postman's still on for a P2. And time does pick up a time penalty, so that means 7 tenths is all Postman needs to win the race. So Brock looking to gain on Jensen, but I don't think it's going to be possible. Jensen on the harder tires, but as long as he's in the slipstream of time, that's all he needs to do. And quite frankly, as long as he's in the slipstream and these two cannot pull a gap, Jensen looks stronger and stronger. And oh, we have a move. Pelly around the outside of Chris. Chris not going to get the traction down. And that will be Pelly up to P5. Chris said no thank you. I want that P5. So the only driver currently without a penalty is Mikey. So that is great job by Mikey there, because a lot of drivers, aka the entire grid other than Mikey, have penalties. So Pelly looking decent there, and we have a bit of contact here between Lewis and Zero. Wonder what's happening here. So Pedro onto a new set of mediums, which will definitely take him to the end. They can definitely go 10 laps, as half the grid is on mediums for over 10 laps already. So Zero looking to get a move on Lewis, who's defended quite well, in the opening stages of this race. We are now 11 laps to go, and that looks like a pretty easy move from Zero. Lewis squeezing him out a little bit, and I think just the lack of straight line speed for Zero is going to cost him ultimately here. Oh, he pushes him out wide, and that's going to... Oh, that was close. CPT O'Reilly gets past Ethan. Lewis sending it, just cannot get it done this lap. So anyone else? We have Chris and Pelly still doing their thing. Brock setting the fastest sector 1, but still cannot get this move done. It must be frustrating if you're Brock, just knowing you have a pace advantage but not being able to utilize it. That must be very annoying. So Mikey currently P7. Davis just behind him. We see a few guys pull into the pits. Zero continues, gonna hope to bring his tires to the end. So Brock still using the overtake in this place. I guess he's looking at it and he's like, one of these times should work. At least once. And Boastman's in the pit, so Boastman said, no, I don't want these tires, I'm going on softs till the end. Maybe a smart strategy. If he comes out in front of his teammate, or his teammate can do him a bit of a favor and let him in front, this is going to be close. Boastman just behind Pelly. You'd expect... Watch Chris come in the middle here. Wow, Chris got some incredible overspeed there. Boastman gonna force Chris out wide there, and Pelly could get Chris back here. And he does. Pelly, don't go for the move on your teammate. Don't do it. So the hard tires for Chris seemingly working a bit better now. So Boastman has a 15-second gap. He has to close within 9 laps. So doable, but it's a tough one to ask. Jensen falling back and back and back on time. He's... At least Zero's getting the elbows out. CPT O'Reilly and Captain Junk. CPT O'Reilly sells him the dummy down the inside. Bang! Done. Postman picks up another time penalty, and that's him well and truly out of the running. So it's all about who picks up the next penalty. Tyne, Jensen or Brock. Because these guys just look so similar on pace. Jensen on the hards is going to look a lot stronger now. Kind of lap 28 now, so I'd expect Jensen to look a bit stronger now and fight near the end. But look here, Brock is very close now. Jensen is using his overtake also, so he knows what's happening there. Matterman gets past Jay Bradfield on the softs. Not really much Jay Bradfield could do. Mikey's still without a penalty, so great job by him. Chris is on the back of penalty here. He's still not getting it done, but he can play the long game. I'm sure he can. This fight still going on here. Now, Tyne has gotten DRS off a lapped car there. Now, this could be interesting because that kind of neglects the gain Jensen makes. So maybe this could be a bit of a bigger gap compared to what it was on previous laps. And maybe that could let Tyne break the DRS. You're seeing it's about 7/10 now. So this is the crucial bit. These two corners. Gap's just too small. And that is frustrating. So Chris has gotten past Pelly on this lap, so the hards are well and truly in motion. You can see exactly what Jensen has been doing for the last... Wow, Tyne is 80% ours, so... Oh, so Tyne has baited these two out. As much as Jensen thinks, oh, I'm staying with Tyne. Nope. Tyne is letting you stay because he knows Brock is the one he has to defend against. And if Jensen's tires do come good, 90% ours is going to beat 30% ours any day of the week. Any more battles. Jay Antex on his teammate F. Lewis. This is going to be a close one at the end of the lap. Here we go. About a tenth. Matterman's also coming up on this battle. Pelly picks up a 3-second time penalty. Jay Antex sends one down the inside of his teammate. Good move. I think his teammate's going to come back at him. F. Lewis, here we go. His nose was there, but not anymore. So, do we have any battles occurring? Nope. Tyne's still holding the gap to Jensen. Jensen looking a lot closer than he was a few laps ago, so this could get interesting here. Matterman gets past F. Lewis and we have a bit of battle. We'll just... So Matterman went round the outside there, so that's been a big move. Oh, and Jensen's not had a great run there. If Brock gets on the Rs now, he could have a look into turn one here. He is going to have a look into turn one here. Side by side. Oh, and Jensen's crashed him out. Jensen has crashed Brock out. That will most definitely be sent to the stewards. Jensen just cutting him off. And that's not good. But now Jensen doesn't have to look backwards. He only has to look forward. So, a hidden message in disguise maybe from Jensen. I'll take care of you. Bang! But now he could potentially go for the win. With not looking behind. He only has to look in front. He can now dictate his own pace. Brock shouldn't lose P3. That is probably the crucial thing. He is currently under threat by Boastman, but if we have a look here at the penalties, 12 seconds for Boastman. Would be interesting to hear your guys in chat opinion about that incident. Obviously we do not make the decision, it is not my decision, but would be nice to know what you kind of think of that. Do you think Jensen was a bit naughty there, or do you think he had every right to do what he did? Oh, Chris picks up a time penalty, and that is 6 seconds, so he's still fine. Mikey is in a very good position here to get Chris and Pelly. Just needs to gain another second, and then he could be P5 almost from Mikey. So 0 into the pits again. That's going to promote him all the way near the back. Pedro is second last, as to be expected. And Boastman going to attack Brock here. Jensen looking to attack Tyne also. Brock just lets that move done. And Jensen has made a move for the lead. And that is controversial on the second last lap here. Jensen has no ERS left though. Tyne still has 40%. Interesting. Let's see what he's do. Dirty from Jensen. I'm here in support as I can't race. It's going well, Alfie. I think we're missing someone with your charm tonight. Tyne has actually got back up to the lead. I was reading chat. So it looks very bad for Jensen in chat, but we'll move on because nothing has happened yet. Can Jensen win this race? It is getting quite close between him and Tyne, but onto the second last lap here. Tyne not going to let Jensen have a look into this corner, but Jensen's tires definitely look the better. Oh, and Tyne's had a bit of a spin. Jensen's not had a great exit either, and he's going to pull to the left hand side here. And this time I think Jensen may hold on to it. Very close, and Jensen spun! Oh no! Jensen has spun, and all of a sudden Boastman up to P2. Brock is coming now for Jensen. He has his overtake enabled and he pulls to the right hand side, and Brock up into P3 and net P2 because let's check the penalty of Boastman. 15 seconds, so it is Brock into a net P2. Spinella, holy moly. Jensen will come back at Brock on this lap though. You'd expect this to happen. Now Tyne, it could be it. There's somehow a way maybe Tyne could lose this race for that. I don't know. Oh, frame drop. So Jensen and Brock, who will come in P2? Brock is currently holding on, and I think if he can hold on this corner, which he will, I think. Oh, Jensen looking very good off that corner. Brock will not give him anything this lap, especially after what happened some 5 laps ago. Jensen, oh, all wavy on the exit, but it will be Tyne to come home and win the Austrian Grand Prix. Boastman will come in across the line at P2, but we know that will not be the case once these two cross the line. And Jensen finishes P3, Brock P2. Chris is going to come home P5, Pelly P6, though I think Mr. No Penalties Mikey will come home P6. So he had just not enough to get Chris. Matoman will come home for P8, I believe. The rest of these guys all have penalties. Matoman P8, J Entex P9, 0 P10, F Lewis P11, and J Bradfield I think P12. So this is going to be interesting. I mean, we have our interviews to come. I will add them now in a second. I just want to go through the race order. So that was exciting last few laps, to say the least. We have Tyne from Brock, from Jensen, Boastman, Chris, Mikey with no penalties, so he gets an extra point. Pelly, Matoman, J Bradfield, J Entex, F Lewis, 0. Ethan, Pedro, Captain Junk, CPT O'Reilly, and Davis. We had no DNFs this race? No DNFs. I mean, wow. Steven leaves the league, and we all of a sudden have no DNFs. That is, wow. Congratulations. I will add everyone to the party now. So, Brock, Tyne, and Jensen. Brock doesn't join the podium, but we'll have Jensen and Tyne and hope to get a little conversation with them. We know Jensen will join, that is for sure. We'll get his take on the incidents. If you have any questions you want me to ask the two drivers, do let me know. I will definitely get that done. We are having a bit of an issue. I did get the two guys added, but a great race. I think that was one of the most exciting races we had for a while, definitely. We are joined by Jensen. So, Jensen, an interesting last few laps for you. We're going to ask you, first of all, P3, are you happy with that?
No. Fucking
absolutely... Whoa, no swearing.
Pissed off of that.
Okay. We will...
I don't care, man.
Okay,
really...
so... I'm guessing you're talking about the time
idiocy
incident here.
Of these people. The stupidness of these people. I don't know why they go for moves such as that. Like, whole race, I think, 5 times, Brock was on the back of me trying to go for a move around turn 9. Which, I don't fucking understand that. Like, I don't know what he's trying to do. It's not a fucking overtaking zone. I've never seen anyone overtake there. Around the outside. Like... I don't know. And then coming into turn 1, a fucking corner you can't even go too wide at. I get fucking Brock down the inside last fucking second. He's not even halfway with me. It's just like the SPW incident in Bahrain. Like, remember what happened there?
Okay. That is an interesting
exactly like
take. So, we're basically at the halfway point of the season. It is round 10. Next week we have Britain and Hungary. Do you think they can go a bit better than this week for you? I think this week can have been a bit of a disappointing weekend for you.
I give up with people like that. Honestly, give up with people like that.
Okay.
Honestly, don't want to just...
We'll move on then. So guys, that will be all from me this week. Congratulations to Tyne, Brock and Jensen for the podiums. My driver of the day will be Mikey. I think he did a great job not the only driver to not pick up a penalty. So we'll be back next week on Friday. Hopefully we'll have Mitch back with us for Britain. On Monday, I do believe OTL is still going ahead, so we will catch you on Monday for that. And yeah, thank you for sticking with me, guys, through all the issues we had, and I will see you all next week.